Hello, and this is the first Noobscast video. I don't know whether there'll be any more. There'll be at least one more because this is only half of what we recorded. But the background to this is that I've got two brothers, two younger brothers. When we were growing up, we were all three of us were really into video games, so we built up quite a collection over the years, which is mostly now just sitting in boxes in my mum and dad's house. What we started doing is picking up a box of these video games and trying to move them on. Really, we kind of decided to just try and sell the games, and someone else can get some enjoyment out of them. Maybe what I thought was interesting is I was looking at Pete. So my brothers are Pete and Tim, and Tim's the youngest, and Pete and me. And the last box that Pete bought, he sent me a photo of it to see if there was anything he wanted to keep. And I was like, well, there's some. What's interesting is there's just stuff I'd never played, or games that I'd forgotten, or games that I'd forgotten even existed or didn't know existed, perhaps. And so I thought it might be interesting to go through the box on a video and kind of before he sold them, just to kind of talk through some of the games, see what we remember, see what we don't remember. I mean, it's mostly that. It's mostly two middle-aged men trying to remember stuff. So I don't know if this will be of interest to anyone. What I find interesting is that some of these games existed, and these are mostly, in this particular box, it's mostly PS2 games. And in the PS2 era, they seemed to be, because it was, we're now in this age where AAA games take 10 years to make, or whatever, between 6 and 10 years. At that time, where the development cycle was a lot shorter, so there were just, the market was kind of flooded with games, and some of those are terrible, but it's just kind of interesting, the kind of things, well, to me anyway, the kind of things that they were making, the kind of properties that were making games out of. So yeah, that's what this is. It's going to be in two parts because there are two boxes, so I thought to split it up. Also, it's really long, and I will come back at the end of the video to say hello.
Do you want me to show you like this? This is the first one, Clock Tower 3.
Is that the one we had? We had one Clock Tower game. I remember Tim playing.
We had Clock Tower 1.
Brother. We had Clock Tower 1?
I think so.
On what?
PS1?
On PS1?
I have nothing to add to this because I never played any of them.
Clock Tower. But is that the one that's worth money?
This is the one that's worth money. It's from the creators Resident Evil and Onimusha.
I never played Onimusha either. We need Tim on this, really.
Yeah, this is a Tim game.
Okay.
I'll say ring him up now, but
he'll be busy.
He's busy. I feel like I should be on CX.
Is that Obscure 2?
This is Obscure 2.
Obscure is the one that's like the faculty.
Yes.
Where it's like Resident Evil with teenagers. Is it French? I remember Obscure. I never played Obscure.
The Netherlands. Play Logic International is from the Netherlands.
Nice. So I remember the first one because it was Resident Evil, but it's co-op, right? It's two-player co-op.
Yes. I don't think it was split screen.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was really annoying two-player co-op because you still had the Resident Evil fixed camera angles, as far as I remember. But did someone just control them and the other person just ran around willy-nilly?
I guess so. And then it had the thing. It must have had the thing. This is going to be good. Of just us trying to remember things we played.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is. It's two men trying to remember games.
I don't even know when. It's 2007.
So the first one must have been.
It should be older than that. I remember two not being very good. I think one I remember quite enjoying because it was a faculty. It was like the faculty.
Yes, I remember there was a Josh Hartnett type character.
There was an exact. Someone had watched the faculty,
yes,
and made an exact copy of Josh Hartnett's character.
Yeah,
and it had Sum 41 on the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, oh, that's good. I want to play Obscure now. It probably doesn't hold up. I remember the last boss being really annoying.
Yeah,
but I can't remember who I played it with. I don't know if I played it with Andrea or I don't know.
You may have played it with Tim.
I know you. Yeah, you probably did. 2007.
I played with Tim because I don't think you've played 2.
Or no, I haven't played 2. I definitely haven't played 2. Is it the same thing then? Is it a school? Is it the same kids?
2 years ago, a group of young teenagers.
Yeah, remember that.
The problem is, now there's context however we've introduced this. I'm looking through a box of games that we're going to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
And reading the back of this wants me to keep it. 2 years ago, a group of young teenagers was trapped inside their school.
Amazing already.
That's it. We was trapped inside our school.
Was that all that happened?
Haunted by creatures unleashed by their maniac
Okay.
headmaster. Don't remember that.
Right. I don't remember there being a maniac
Some of them
headmaster.
survived that terrible night, while others perished. It's the same. It's pretty much the same.
So it's the ones who survived the terrible night, just dealing with more monsters.
Stunning soundtrack performed by the Boston String Quartet and Paris Opera Children's Choir.
Oh wow! They did they level up from Sum 41? Is that?
No, not really, because I have no recollection of that game.
No.
But they was stuck inside.
Do you remember? I don't know why I thought of this. Do you remember Nightmare Creatures?
Yeah, that's worth money.
Was there actually music by Rob Zombie, or was it
No.
like a rumor? Did we make it up, or is it just a false memory that I have?
I think similar to the back of the box saying they was in school. I have a feeling that the box said with music by Rob Zombie.
Right.
And then I vaguely remember completing it. I think it was Nightmare Creatures 2. And I think I completed it. And it's literally, there's one Rob Zombie song over the credits.
Okay. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
But it was part of their marketing that it had music by Rob Zombie.
I remember like that being a big thing at the time because it was of the time of Rob Zombie, I suppose.
But that was also the second one, which is... Now, the problem with box of games, there's a lot of sequels in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the sequels aren't good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember Nightmare Creatures 1 was good.
Yeah. I don't think
that was
the second one.
Investigating around London.
Yeah.
And the sequel, you were just a bloke with an axe. Next, it's just one of the many Smackdowns.
What year? 2007.
2007. It's aging this box.
The same year of
Obscure 2. Coincidence?
I don't remember SmackDown 2007.
I don't remember SmackDown 2007. Do you remember Headhunter Redemption?
Hang on. No. I remember Headhunter, I think. I don't think I remember. Is that the sequel to Headhunter?
Yep, box of sequels.
Was Headhunter PS1 or PS2?
Now, I think it was Dreamcast.
Oh, you might be right. I remember you had a motorbike.
You had a motorbike.
It was like Renegade.
And it had good music.
By Rob Zombie.
By Rob Zombie. He does the music to all games.
Or the Boston String Quartet or whatever.
It seemed like it was marketed as though I was listening to marketing. It was one of those games where it's like you get to ride around the city and headhunt people as a bounty hunter, rather than someone looking for people for jobs. And then I think it went weird and became like a weird secret lab under the city and was weird.
Yes.
And then Headhunter 2.
It was Dreamcast and PS2, apparently.
Maybe we had it on the PS2. I thought we had it. Maybe we had it on the... There were a few games that we crossed over into the Dreamcast.
Headhunter is the first, I'm reading on Wikipedia, it's the first video game to have its score recorded at Abbey Road Studios.
By the Paris Philharmonic.
So what happened in Headhunter 2? Because I definitely did not play that. Did that have
Headhunter 2, I can't remember. Let's scan the back of the box. The truth can prove to be dangerous, especially in a world governed by corruption and manipulation. Terrorist leaders of the opposition network are preparing their biggest ever assault on the city. Veteran headhunter Jack Wade. He's who you played. He's now a veteran. And his sexy, rebellious apprentice, Lisa X.
Good,
yeah. Race into an epic edge-of-your-seat battle to save civilization, only to be led into the greatest danger of their lives. It's like a third-person shooter. You ran around and shot people.
Could you play both characters?
According to the pictures on the back of the box, yes, you could. I don't think you could pick, though. I think it was like, on this mission, you're Lisa X. Do you want something good or something not good?
I don't know.
Do you want International Golf Pro?
Why did we have that?
I reckon that was a review copy.
Who was reviewing?
I remember Tim was reviewing and got a load of weird games.
I didn't know he'd reviewed games.
Yeah, but he had like a lot of weird ones on the DS, and then I think,
Now that sounds vaguely familiar. Okay.
or we just randomly bought it because it was £1. Because in
It
those
might have been
days,
like,
you
yeah,
go, "Whoa, a game for £1! I'm buying that."
yeah,
I'm
I'll
buying
take
International
international
Golf
golf.
Pro.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I ended up buying Zombie Hunters.
Okay, see that I don't remember at all.
That's Zombie Hunters.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't really
Cool.
know what that game was. It was
No.
generic third person. But I also bought Zombie Virus.
See again, no idea. What is that third person?
So this is the one that's like Carmageddon, where you're just driving around.
Oh, okay.
You are a young medical student working at a hospital in Sunlight City, a perfect city created under the Utopian Development Project. One day, whilst you are in the university hospital basement doing research, an earthquake strikes the city. The whole city is suddenly covered in dark clouds and an eerie silence. Everybody is killed. Or that's what you thought. But when you venture out of the hospital, you discover that the city is swarming with dead people. The living dead. You and your friend, Susie, soon discover that there are still survivors around in the town.
Right, that's
You
funny.
must take the ambulance and rescue the people stranded around the city.
Ah,
They need
okay.
your help. Any living humans attacked by these zombies will also be infected with the same virus and rise again.
Okay, cool. That sounds all right.
But I remember getting that because they were cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going through, um, not that we're talking about DVDs, but I remember
Mm.
being old and seeing like DVDs when they were £5 and go and buying loads because like, whoa, DVDs for £5,
Yeah,
that's
and it
really
didn't.
cheap. And then I've got like a load of random. I got some weird early Three Stooges that weren't even proper
Right.
Three Stooges. It was like, here are some shorts
Mm-hmm.
featuring one of the Three Stooges before they were the Three Stooges.
Yeah, I think like
Things like the
in the
Mummy, Bram Stoker's The Mummy 2. Things
yeah,
like that.
it's in that pre Poundland, like before Poundland started doing DVDs.
Yeah.
There was a period where it was it was just starting to be like everything would get released on DVD, but it was still sort of exciting finding a cheap DVD because it felt like a luxury item.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had and then just any old rubbish to do on DVD. So
And now no one wants them.
no one wants them, not even charity
But
shops.
is Netflix, have they got Bram Stoker's The Mummy 2?
Tell you what,
No.
no one's got because me and Eric watched Taxi, and there are
The,
five.
the
There are
American
five.
one or the French one?
The French one. There are
Okay.
5 Taxi films, but I can't find any of the others anywhere apart
Dad's
from
got,
on DVD.
Dad's got them.
I was gonna, yeah, I think I might actually
I don't know
borrow
if he's
them.
got all 5 of them.
Don't think so. The fifth one's quite new, I think, but
Whoa.
anyway.
Do you want over 60 in television games?
It's in television a company or a system?
I think
This
it's a
is like just
system.
showing my ignorance now.
We live the 80s when
Mm.
television lives. For the first time, over 60 classic and television games in one great package. It's kind of the Atari.
Right.
Someone will
Yeah,
be
I think
shouting because everyone's listening to this. Someone will be
I
like,
don't think they will because I think that
whoa,
that must even be
it's not
before
an
us. That's
Atari.
before us.
Yeah, I don't know how to look this. I haven't got the internet because I don't move all the wires on my computer.
They did. There was such great games as Astro Smash,
That's on this.
Frogbog.
No, I don't have frog. Well, I could do. It's not on the back though. It says over
That's
60, and then a few lines down literally says 62 in television games.
so it was like 6. That's all right.
Backgammon, everyone's favourite.
Yeah,
Pinball, soccer, sub hunt.
good.
That's what you're getting.
Oh, Tron was on television.
Got exclusive unreleased games including Hard Hat, Brick Out, and Deep Pockets.
What's Night Stalker? Is Night Stalker on it? Oh, that actually looks quite good.
Right, okay.
Demon Attack.
I can.
Frogbog. What's Frogbog? Well, there was a He-Man game on television. Hang on.
It's not got that.
Oh, I really want to watch it. The video looks really good. I
It's
can't
got
just say
Night.
watch
It
the
has got
video.
Night Stalker.
There was a Kool-Aid
It's
Man
got some
game.
the hits such as Word Hunt,
Oh,
Word
Word Hunt.
Rockets, Baseball, World Championship Baseball, Basketball, Slam Dunk Super Pro Basketball, Bowling, Boxing, Football, Super Pro Football, Golf, Chip Shot Super Pro Golf, Hockey, Slap Shot Super Pro Hockey, Auto Racing, Motocross, Stadium Mud Buggies. That's what you want, Stadium Mud
Yep.
Buggies. Skiing, Mountain Madness Skiing. That's like Cthulhu skiing. It's not going to get better than that. Soccer, tennis, Super Pro Decathlon. I didn't
Let's
know
go
it was
for it
going to
just shows
say
that.
decathlon. I thought it was like Super Pro Destruction or something. Spiker, Super Pro Volleyball. Games like that.
Yeah, good.
Space Spartans. I could actually get some good
Space Spartans.
ideas for films that cost $4.99 on DVD. There's an Alias game based on the hit series Alias.
Right, this is what intrigues me, is because this is what I miss about the world, is when they just used to make games out of everything. I don't remember. I mean, I never played the Alias game. I didn't really ever used to watch Alias, but
It's
is
got
that a
an
third
official.
person?
It's a third person kicky.
Yeah.
It's got official story, dialogue, voiceovers, costumes, and music by award-winning Alias TV show cast and crew, including Jennifer Garner.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yes, Alias.
Cool. That's good that existed.
Wasn't there one? Because there wasn't the one based on that
There's
Dark Angel.
yes, I feel like there was a Dark Angel game,
It's
and there
probably
were
the exact
Buffy
same game.
games.
There were Buffy games.
They were good, as I remember.
There were Van Helsing games.
Yeah, Van Helsing. I never played that. Was that good?
This is where Hat Bonus came from.
Oh, of course.
If you
Okay, no, maybe I
finished,
did play it.
it's a
Or
third
maybe you just
person
told me about it.
hack and slash based on the film Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
Is it like Devil May Cry, that
Pretty much
style? Because there
exactly
were
the
a
same as
lot
Devil
like
May
that.
Cry.
Yeah.
But what
But
was good is you had a fight, and if you got hit, your hat fell off. And if you could go pick your hat back up, and if you finished the level with a hat, you got a hat bonus.
more games should have had the hat bonus.
I think they knew what they were doing with that. It's like, let's put him in a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Dark Angel.
Oh, yeah. It's presumably a third person kicking game.
It looks like a third person kicky game.
I never really watched Dark Angel. I missed out. This is all the stuff that was on TV when I was at uni, and I just didn't watch anything.
It does have official voiceovers by Jessica Alba and Michael Weatherly.
What was the plot of Dark Angel?
Avenge her past, discover her future. Dark Angel is the story of Max, a genetically enhanced soldier who cunningly fights to reclaim her manipulated past and avoid capture through the underground landscape of post-apocalyptic Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Her streetwise instincts and fearless hand-to-hand combat skills are crucial to her survival. Exclusive Dark Angel bonus material, including Jessica Alba photo gallery. Seems a bit creepy.
That's the sort of quality stuff you used to get in the early 2000s.
Hang on, I'm going down the path now. There we go. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, I remember that existing, but I didn't really like the film, so I was never that bothered. And that
No.
seemed annoying. I think I remember Tim playing that.
Yeah. Tony Hawk.
Or,
Underground
oh,
1.
okay. Is that worth money?
Probably
I
not.
mean, £7.
It cost me £7 or 3 for 15.
Whoa.
I feel like I may have gone for 3 for 15.
I don't think I ever played that. I think I dropped off Tony Hawk after like 2.
I can't remember that one.
What was the gimmick of the underground? Was he underground? But was it like, was there a secret revolution?
This time it's your journey. Break the rules,
Okay.
beat the odds, become a star.
That sounds like all the others.
Thug stars you as a skate punk out to make it big. I think this was one where they tried to put a story in it.
Oh, okay.
So unlike the others where you just picked Tony Hawk and did some skating around town.
Yeah. And did it. What was his? How many degrees was his move? Not 900.
900 was his move. Shadow Man 2.
That was alright, wasn't it? I played that.
I think so.
I think Shadow Man 1 was better, but that one was like shorter, whereas Shadow Man 1 was a bit epic.
I think Shadow Man 1 probably had a better story.
Yeah. I sort of remember Shadow Man 1 being better, but Shadow Man 1 was quite difficult and went on for ages, and I think Shadow Man 2 was quite
I think it became
straightforward.
just running around hitting stuff.
Yeah.
His name's Mike Leroy. Isn't that the guy's name out of Bad Boys?
No, he's Mike Lowry.
Lowry. There we go. Close though.
Oh, that would be good if there was a secret like connection between Bad Boys and Shadow Man.
That seems quite new. Well, it's not new.
Oh, that's
Rogue Galaxy.
yeah, because I think that got re-released. I feel like that came up on
You can get that on PS5.
yeah.
That has been.
That's one of those RPG things that I've never played. I remember Oni. Was that like running around shooting things?
That looks like it's your third-person shooter that goes in the
Yeah,
Dark Angel pile.
yeah. I
An
sort of
intense
remember
action
that.
anime thriller comes to life in Oni as an elite member of the Tech Crimes Task Force. Rise to honor.
What's Rise to? Is that Jet Li?
Jet Li. He had the
I can't remember
you
that.
had to
I
flick the
remember.
analog sticks to fight. Tekken 4. It's just the fourth of the Tekken series.
I lost track of Tekken's after 2.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
It's just everyone's Jin Kazama Kazuya.
When did Brian turn up?
I
He's the
think
best character.
Brian was 3. I remember because I
Was he?
remember we got one because that's what you got on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, that was amazing at the time.
And then I remember 2 was good. And then I remember 3 was like this sudden jump because that was towards the end of the PS1.
Okay.
And I think you suddenly had the sudden jump in graphics.
Right.
That's the end of that conversation.
Cool.
Tekken.
Yeah,
That
I
was
can't.
Tekken
I can
3.
remember 2 because I had loads of characters.
And endings, you could always complete it. This is the weird thing
Yeah,
because I was having a conversation the other day about this. The problem I have with beat 'em ups because we used to play a lot of beat 'em ups, and on the PS1,
yeah,
which we're going through PS2 games, so it doesn't matter. But on the PS1, we had a lot of beat 'em ups.
yeah. Masters of Tezcazi, that Nim Pimply one. What was Nim
Dungeons and
Pimply?
Dragons: The
Dungeons and
Legends of
Dragons.
Ravenloft. That isn't even half the title. I can't remember what the rest of it was.
Yeah,
Fighter
yeah.
Maker.
Fighter Maker. Yeah,
Um, and they're good if you're playing with people and you're sort of saying winner stays on, or let's
yeah.
complete and do a level each. And then I remember getting Tekken 7 in my later years, and it's just a
Mm.
bit boring. Whereas you
Yeah, I
just playing
can't
on
do
your
them
own, you're just
anymore.
like, I could play something else.
Yeah, I find them really boring. Like, I think the last one I played was probably Injustice. Was that the superhero one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I played the first one of those, and I found that a real struggle to get through for the same reason. Yeah, I found it boring. I think they became. I think because Street Fighter 2 had this reputation of being like a sort of pro gamers game
yeah,
and or competitive gamers game, and I think they sort of leaned more into that as they went on. And so, because I could never do combos, I could never do basic combos,
yeah.
so I always found beating up really difficult. Because I didn't have the patience to like, oh, I'm going to master this character and learn all the moves. So I'd just be like,
Well,
oh, he's got funny hair. I'll be that character. And
that's
then
what's
you
weird
do,
about it,
yeah,
because in a way that's what's wrong with games today. Like every game is they. I don't quite get why that's still a thing that people think that games designers, granted it's probably money and microtransactions, but they're like, we're going to make this game so massive because clearly someone is only going to want to play this one game for the rest of their lives.
mm,
And it's the same with that. Like, I'm going to be king and I will master his 7 throw combo. It's like,
yeah.
no, I'm going to play it for 20 minutes and then I'm going to put Tomb Raider back on.
I think it was like in the early Tekken days, there was that thing of like, oh, I want to unlock all the endings and get, and you
Yeah,
always got an extra. Like I remember Tekken 1, this like being delighted when you got like extra unlocking a new character. You were like, oh, I want this new character, and then that was like, oh, I'm going to play all of them and get through and unlock all the characters. And I just feel like that went away. But that might be microtransactions. I remember on the this is going off on a tangent, but like playing the Lego Star Wars game, it sort of got ruined. But like the Skywalker saga kind of got ruined by microtransactions because I just bought Andor. I was like, oh, I can be Andor. I'll just buy him, and then you've just got but then that's no fun. Whereas if you're like, oh, I'm going to play to unlock Andor, not that it really matters because it's a Lego game, so he's just got the same shooty skills as everyone else. But like,
is it as good as free running?
I remember that being really bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think there's ever been a. Has there been a good parkour game? Oh, Mirror's Edge, I guess, was like the good parkour game
Yeah.
because
Forget
parkour's not really interesting, but they made it interesting by making it future.
Make It Future and punching people. I think this was like competitive free running.
Yeah.
Forget tubes, trains, cars, packed pavements, and crowded platforms. In free running, the concrete jungle becomes your urban playground as you run,
Oh,
vault, jump, and climb over obstacles in the most fluid and flowing manner possible.
cool.
No one's ever heard of that, have they? Dead to Rights 2,
That's where you had a dog.
you had a dog,
What's his name? The man's name, not the dog's, and the dog's name actually.
Jack Slate.
And Jack Wade was the other man.
Jack
Headhunter.
Wade is Headhunter. Jack Slate is his mate.
It's Tetris. What's his dog called?
I'm going to say Shadow.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
like,
yeah, and his friend Shadow, yeah.
yeah, nice. That was all right, wasn't it? I think I played that one. Oh, I definitely played the first one. I don't know
I
if I
think 1
played
and
the.
2 were good. I think I've
Yeah.
got I had one on the Xbox that
Oh, they did make another
is
one, didn't they?
kind of unplayable.
Right.
And there was one on the PSP.
I think there was an era of games where they were trying to sort of recreate the sort of late 80s, early 90s action movie.
It did,
Like
it
that's what
is,
Headhunter and that are
yeah.
trying to do.
Dead to Rights was good because it was like you were sort of shootouts and then there was beat 'em ups.
Mm.
So you'd have like a shooty bit, but then if you run out of ammo, you drop your gun and you can just run around punching people. Underworld, The Eternal War.
See that? I don't remember. I don't remember there being an Underworld game. I liked Underworld. I feel like I would have played that, but I obviously didn't.
It was
I mean, is it bad?
£2. I think it was pretty bad.
Hmm.
I remember it's 2 players. It's kind
Oh
of an
well.
isometric
Yeah,
one.
maybe I did play it. Who's the other player then? Michael Sheen,
I'm going to have to open it up and find out.
Scott Speedman,
I don't think you were. I
Bill
think
Nye.
yes. I don't know.
Hmm.
It just doesn't. There isn't a choose your character. Oh, there's loads of actually. There's loads, but it doesn't say who you are.
Oh,
Julia, are you Julia? Erica, Dawn,
just Gary, just various
Raze,
names.
Kurt, Zach, Bruce, Powers. Oh. I've
Cool.
got a vague feeling now that you could choose to be a werewolf, but maybe I've made that up.
Hmm.
Wasn't very good.
No,
Everyone's favourite, Red Faction.
I'd see. I never actually played it because you hated it so much.
I forgot why I hated it so much.
I don't know. You went mental. Is it just because it was long? Or was it annoying?
I think it was both.
Red Faction, so it was like first person shooter, and its thing was the environment was slightly destroyable.
Yes.
And what
That's how
was
you
it?
sell games these days.
Was it slightly destroyable environment? Was it like about communists? What was it about? In
You
space,
were
communists in space.
mining on Mars, I think.
Yes, and you're like the
Lured
workers.
to Mars by the Ultor Corporation's promise of a better life, thousands have come to
Mm,
seek their fortune and work for the massive mining company. But all is not as it seems. A deadly plague is sweeping through the barracks, and miners suffer daily abuse at the hands of Ultor guards.
right.
It's got an unbelievable multiplayer mode.
Oh, don't think I'm bothered about that.
I can't remember.
I remember mostly you getting annoyed by it, but I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly why that was the thing. I
Beautiful
can't even
Joe.
see. Was that good? I don't think I ever played it. I remember it existing.
I think another one. It was. I was. It looked like it was like, oh, it's like an action film, but it was
Yeah.
cutting edge visuals and a thunderous action movie soundtrack. But I don't think it delivered such things. Although
Mm.
there was a sequel, and I bought that as well.
Okay.
This box ends with Mr. Mosquito.
I don't remember that at all.
Um, this is actually worth some money.
Is it?
It is. I don't know why I bought it. You're just a mosquito flying around and you land on people and you have to suck the blood.
It looks really weird.
Yeah, fresh from Japan, home of the keenest gamers in the world, comes an original and challenging new gaming concept. You are Mr. Mosquito, an uninvited guest in the Yamada family home. In order to store up enough food for the coming winter, you will need to drink as much of their precious blood as possible while they are in bed, talking on the phone, watching TV, or even taking a bath.
It sounds a
Weird
it sounds a
concept for
bit.
a game.
It's, yeah, I think it sounds a bit weird. Hello, I'm back. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick word from my sponsor, which is me. So this is my book Noobs, which is a book about three kids who get trapped in a video game. If you have kids, or even if you just like kind of, it's got a kind of 80s kids adventure Goonies type vibe to it. So if you're into that kind of thing, or if, I think we've probably touched on, if you like any of the stuff that me and Pete talked about in the video, then you'll probably get something out of this book. So I'll put a link in the description. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and do all that stuff. And I'll post the follow-up to this video where we go through the second box very soon.